This might look like a regular aerial shot of Argentina's coast. But look closer. Those hundreds of lights dotting the waters? They are Chinese fishing vessels, operating right outside Argentina's exclusive economic zone. And they're not just fishing, they're raising red flags around the world. Welcome to the deep and murky world of China's distant water fishing fleet, a silent invasion that's sparking global concern. Argentina has one of the world's richest fishing grounds. But in recent years, it has become a hotspot for illegal, unreported, and unregulated, or IUU fishing. At the heart of it, China's massive fishing fleet, the largest in the world. These vessels are accused of depleting fish stocks, violating maritime laws, and undermining local economies. Argentina has deployed aircraft and Navy corvettes to track nearly 500 vessels, many of which are Chinese. And here's where it gets troubling. These ships often switch off their AIS or automatic identification systems to avoid detection. That's a telltale sign of illicit activity. This issue goes way beyond South America. In the South China Sea, Taiwan's Coast Guard condemned the sudden surge of Chinese fishing vessels near the Dongsha Islands, some escorted by Chinese Coast Guard ships, escalating regional tensions. In the Indian Ocean, Chinese fleets have been targeting high-value species like tuna and sharks, threatening food security for countries like the Maldives, Sri Lanka, and Kenya. And it's not just fish at stake. A 2024 report by the Environmental Justice Foundation exposed human rights abuses on board Chinese vessels, ranging from forced labor to trafficking and horrific working conditions. According to the Food and Agriculture Organization, over 34% of global fish stocks are already overfished. China's IUU fishing is making things worse. From bottom trawling to shark finning, destructive practices are wiping out critical marine species and destroying coral reefs, the lungs of our oceans. Even vulnerable creatures like manta rays, dolphins, and sea turtles are getting caught in the crossfire. This isn't just an environmental crisis, it's a global food security threat. For coastal nations, especially in the Indian Ocean, this is an economic nightmare. Fishing supports millions of livelihoods, yet local fishers are being driven out of their waters, unable to compete with China's heavily subsidized mega fleets. A 2023 report by the World Wildlife Fund estimated that $142.8 million is lost every year to IUU fishing in the Southwest Indian Ocean alone. Here's where things get even murkier. China's fishing fleet isn't just about fish. It's backed by the People's Armed Forces Maritime Militia, a shadowy force that operates in grey zones without triggering full-blown conflict. They escort Chinese vessels, block foreign coast guards, and assert control over disputed waters, all while flying under the radar of conventional military rules. It's part of China's larger game plan, turning civilian-looking boats into strategic weapons. This is about more than fishing. In 2024, Chinese vessels swarmed the Scarborough Shoal, blocking a Philippine humanitarian flotilla. These weren't just fishers, they were acting on geopolitical orders. In the Galapagos, over 100 Chinese ships were found illegally fishing for sharks. In the Indian Ocean, China's presence has grown through vessels like Lanhai 101 and Lanhai 201, supposedly conducting fisheries research but likely gathering maritime intelligence. This dual-purpose approach, fishing and surveillance, gives China both economic advantage and military reach. When challenged, China responds with muscle, deploying the PLA Navy or China Coast Guard to protect its fleet. What starts as a fishing dispute can quickly become a maritime standoff. During the Cold War, intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance played a key role in how Soviet fishing vessels supported national interests. At its peak, the Soviet Union boasted the world's largest fishing fleet, comprising around 4,500 vessels. The fleet was a constant presence off the Pacific coast of the United States. After the Soviet Union collapsed, its fleet dwindled only to be replaced by China's vast fleet and maritime militia. Over the past 2 decades, China has built the largest deep-water fishing fleet in the world, with nearly 3,000 vessels. Having depleted its own coastal waters, China's fishing fleet now operates across the world's oceans on a scale unmatched by any other country. Despite global criticism, China insists it has a zero-tolerance policy for illegal fishing, but its actions tell a different story. Subsidies continue, the militia operates freely, and marine ecosystems are paying the price. This isn't just a local issue anymore. China's distant water fishing fleet is a global challenge, environmentally, economically, and strategically. It's time for a coordinated global response. So what do you think? Is China's fishing fleet a national industry or a global threat in disguise? Tell us in the comments. If you found this deep dive useful, like, share, and subscribe to Business Standard for more on the forces shaping global geopolitics. And don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay in the loop.